that? I mean, it's been a year since that, when Zuma was being booed on the world stage because of the Nkandla report, among other things. So how, have you seen anything change? How do you foresee this going into 2015?
Well, I must say, the ANC is getting, I mean, the protection of Zuma is just gobsmackingly getting worse and worse. It's unbelievable to me that they're falling into all the same traps that they did when Mbeki was president. Mm-hmm. And the whole idea of Polokwane, from the ANC's perspective, was that they were trying to get rid of a president who they thought was on the wrong track, right, and had surrounded himself with yes men. Remember, that was the issue with Mbeki. Now, of course, a very intellectual president, Mbeki, a very aloof president. Zuma is not aloof. No. He's supposedly a people person, and he is not certainly not an intellectual. But the thing that's similar is that they felt they had to try and get rid of him because he had surrounded himself. Right. They had to try and get rid of Mbeki. He had surrounded himself with this particular cabal, and Zuma was the only way to get rid of Mbeki. So there were some people within the ANC who maybe already knew that Zuma was damaged goods, that he was definitely the wrong guy, right, to be president, but that he was the only way. But what do? They realize he's worse and worse. I mean, he is a pathetic president, but he's getting worse and worse, and the ANC is getting more and more protective of him. In fact, the way that they're protecting him seems to be even worse than the way they protected Mbeki. So that's incredibly depressing. I think the good stuff is that there's still a few people within the ANC who are not so sycophantic. And on the sidelines, we do have a very vibrant sort of civil society, media. Now Parliament itself is interesting. Yeah. I mean, the EFF has dragged the DA into a kind of a more vibrant way of operating. Right. So maybe 2015 maybe there'll be bigger ructions, more ructions, which will actually eventually shake things a bit. At the moment, the ANC is basically kind of sandbags around Zuma, and they're kind of sitting looking out. But they're looking bad. They're looking pathetic.